So, like I knew it, my video got cut off. So I have 111 subscribers. I only could see three beautiful black women that follow me, and I follow them back. And the rest of them blocked themselves. So they're just watching my page on my page. And then there's another person that followed me, subscribed to me. I subscribed to her, but she's sending me subliminal messages. So it's like I, I could peep so many things that is so crazy. Like I pray for discernment. I pray for clairvoyancy. I pray to see people's aura. I pray to see if I'm in harm. I always could feel energy. Energy is something I always could feel. So that's something I could say that's always been part of my aura as far as like the spirit taking world. But I noticed that it was getting worse and worse. As soon as I hit social media, like it just got worse. It always been something on me. And like I remember since I was 5, I've been saying like there's been something on me. I knew from the time there's a lot of things that happened transparent that has transpired in my life that led me to this particular present moment in my life where I chose to be more spiritual than my old self. The old self, I want to say, was like this piss poor mentality. Not, and I want to say I didn't know any better, but I did make wrong decisions. And so I don't blame anyone for my circumstances. I just know that um the spells and the rituals, like the words and spells of people's tongue, people sending bad thoughts or bad energy towards your way because they might be upset on something that happened between you guys, confrontation, a dispute, or an argument or whatever. And so people hold animosity and things like that towards you, and they say, oh fuck, or f that b, I can't stand her, so I hope she never reach anywhere in life or whatever. Like those are hexes, those are spells to me. Um, there's a lot of things or whatever that's going on. But like I said, my page is Nakliban Goddess or Facebook. I don't have a TikTok. Um, Only because like I feel like over there's this. I mean, I like TikTok because there's things that I follow on TikTok, but also I just feel like at this point, um, I don't know if I should do a platform or not, but there's always somebody that like I just have this aura where people either want to challenge me, think they're in a competition, can't stand how I sound, don't like how I laugh, um, don't like how I dress, or always trying to tell me not to dress up, always trying to belittle me, always trying to look at me. I have females that talk to me, but they look at my stomach, they look at my midsection. If I feel confident, I always have somebody trying to downgrade or give me a backhand compliment. So they don't give me and say, "Oh, you're nice." They'll say something like, "Oh, your glasses are nice," or something like that. Like, okay, it's okay. You don't have to give me a compliment. You don't have to even say anything about my glasses. Like, just keep it to yourself. But I'm noticing also, um, like with males too, is always like this challenge or trying to break me down, like when a pimp break down his bottom bitch, like that kind of way. It's always something where I can't truly be myself with the conviction of having confidence without somebody feeling that I'm stirring up the pot or they're taking it in offense or whatever. I've lived with people that always want to do extra. They want more. When they ask me to do something or I tell them what I could do, they want more. It's always something. If I'm at a job, it's either, oh, you're not doing your job, or you're going over and beyond it. Like I heard one time, I'm doing customer service, but I'm talking to the customers and I'm doing too much, or it's always something. So I just got to this point in my life where I figured that I'm always so annoying. People can't stand me. People can't hate me. Let me go to God, right? My mother, my father, nobody can't stand me. My family, nobody can't stand me. Nobody can't stand me. I get in relationships, nobody can't stand me. They like me, they don't like me. People don't like me. That's it. I gotta love myself though. I gotta love myself, right? I just came to a point where I go for my beliefs. I wouldn't put my beliefs on anybody. I'm not a Christian. I never said I was. I do like certain gospel music that makes me feel uplifted, that gives me positive aspirations, that give me um, positive outlooks on my life. Because my life, people be like, oh, you don't pray enough. Oh, I pray every minute of the day, even self consciously, subconsciously, um, inside voice, outside voice. There's not a time, you know what I'm saying, that I don't pray, right? So I'm always looking to God. I'm always looking to my higher self, because I've been on the low. I've been when I say low, I've been in the dark, in the trenches, in the gut, in the slime, in the scum. I've been in abandoned houses. I've been, rats running over me, looking for shelter to sleep, um, sleeping on a park bench, sleeping in the park, sleeping on the bus, sleeping on the train, sleeping anywhere I could lay my head. I've lived with a lot of people, and I've left a lot of people's homes where they probably never even heard from me, or don't know how I'm doing, or probably would never hear from me because of how they were to me or the way they treated me. So I'm just at a point where, even right now, I'm going through some things, and people always like to say, you need to shut up and don't blight your blessings, or silence is golden, and silence is power, and all this stuff. And when people get abused, and they wonder why people don't come after years, because they're scared to talk, scared to get judged. And there's people that lie. There's people that fabricate things and all of that. Yeah, every day, all day. You know, I've told lies to creditors. I've told lies to get out of trouble, like from my mom not gonna beat me. Um, I've told lies to men that I've been in relationships where, just so they can hear what they wanted to hear, so I don't get a slap across my face. So if we want to talk about lies, those are little white lies. But as far as me lying about me loving the Lord, or me talking about the Lord, or me saying, thank you, Jesus, or me talking about the Most High, the me wanting to be closer to something I believe that keeps me going on a daily basis, when I have people attacking me from all types. Like right now, I have a case going on. And that's what I was saying in my first video before it got cut off. My daughter's missing. My daughter is on the streets of California, working and soliciting. And this is why I'm also too so passionate about choosing this path, because I had somebody, I don't know if it's a thing, I don't know, but a man's voice. And people are gonna be like, you probably on drugs. Cause I always got people always coming for me, boy. They always coming for me. People come for me all the time. I have strangers. I be walking, going to the store, people rolling their eyes at me. I don't even know them, bro. gotta laugh from crying. I had the lawyer tell me don't talk about the case, right? But my daughter, we fell out on March 2nd. My daughter's father was murdered in Brooklyn, New York. I don't know what he did. I just heard the story. And I didn't take her back. She came home. She was gone for 3 days, probably more than that. 4 or 5 days. She disappears. She'll climb out the window. I'm laughing because I'm trying not to cry, guys. Because, that's another bad thing. Don't come on the internet crying. What the fuck wrong with you crying? But anyway, so she cursed me really, really bad. And, where I come from, people would have been like, yo, you're not the same Diane. I'm not. Because certain things I will react to. Who wants to keep going to jail? Who wants to keep getting arrested to fighting for your rights? To standing up what you believe in? Ooh, my God. So many testimonies. Sometimes I don't talk about them because I don't want to be reminded of where I came from and how far I've come without doing any strange things for change, without going to jiggle balls for thrills, struggling, But in life, we go through things, and there's a lot of unsung heroes. There's a lot of people out there fighting the good fight, doing things for people without looking for recognition. So anyway, getting back to my daughter, because like I said, I'm very long-winded. Sometimes I get stray because there's so much things going on in my head at once, right? And I know people are going to be like, oh, she probably diagnosed something wrong with her. Yeah, she's something wrong. I'm telling you. Because we got a lot of, doctors out there that don't got no licenses, medical doctors and things. I want to tell you about yourself, tell you that you this and that, and something wrong. I know something wrong with her, But, whatever. Because I'm not here for nobody to because let me tell you, when I always say this, and I say it a lot when I write, because I didn't want to because I know it's better to talk than to type. And some people don't want to read. Some people don't care to read or go further to see what's going on. And I have a couple platforms. I probably got like 3 followers on my Facebook page for the Naklaban Goddess. My newest passion. Then I have people calling me an AI bot for my other pages. Who cares? Whatever. AI been around since we know. Since we don't know, we now know. We ain't gonna never know. You feel me? So, but anyway, get into what I was saying. So she cursed me out real bad, and I just was like, yo, never. So the officers that came, these officers, they're always biased, and she has a history of things where I keep a portfolio, because the first time I got arrested, because, it was her word over mine. So Nevada's law is like, whatever the child say, they go for that first, and then the officer, man, I tell you, that arrested me. Oh, she was nasty. She was so nasty to me. I had put some oil in my hair because I'm experiencing alopecia. Like my scalp looked like a Swiss cheese, like literally. The Swiss cheese got the holes in it or whatever. I got hair, but I just got a few like spots that's balding and thinning, and then there's a lot of stories going with that as well because I did not love myself as a black person when I was younger. I think I started loving myself like around the 90s when I saw like Foxy Brown and Lauryn Hill coming on the scene. And, I started to feel a little bit more beautiful about my dark skin because, I don't want to I'm not going to blame anybody because I love my past, as much as there's a lot of things I probably bring up that I did on Facebook, and a lot of stuff I don't blame people for the things that happened to me, whatever, because I always look at life as a lesson. Like whatever experience that I've been through, whatever things that has transpired, I always take it and add it to my points of my strength. Like I add notches, and I'm just like, yeah, I take that, I eat those. Chaos, mayhem, setups, traps, mental slavery, when it comes to relationships or anything. Anybody trying to come to me, break me down, tell me, I'm this, I'm that, or due to whatever they want to say, right? I'm still going to be Diane. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to change for nobody. You know why? Because when I die, I'm going by myself in the coffin, by myself. Not nobody on the internet, not nobody on social media, not no family members, not no ex-friends, not no schoolmates, none of that, yo. Ain't nobody coming with me when I die, bro. So I don't care what you gotta say, what you think you know, what you think you're gonna know, whatever. You feel me? Like, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to feel the light that has been guiding me through my darkness since I was a little one. And this is real. This ain't no pretend. Yo, I don't even ask for donations. I don't get no money from this. Because a man messed up my credit, so I'm in check systems, so I can't even get a Cash App card. So I'm not on here to spread no lies, to pretend, to gain followers, to gain subscriptions, to get any fame. I'm here not to go crazy. I made these platforms to keep my mind from going insane. I make these AI videos to feel happy. I make videos to heal my inner child. I make videos to improve the algorithms of the generating prompts when you put in the prompt. Sometimes these prompts don't give nice images of black women. So a lot of times I'm over here generating and regenerating and putting prompts and looking for the most beautifulest images. And I know I just made up that word. But I do. And I know maybe a lot of people might not know, but sometimes AI doesn't care. You could put a woman and it won't bring out what I look like. I have to literally put in stuff to make it look. And then sometimes I'll be like, can you polish that face over? Asking the AI to make a better image. I've done AI to the point sometimes where I've seen it come out where it looked like Mighty Joe Young or Caesar from Planet of the Apes. Like, wow, that's how they think we look. That's how they feel we look. That's why I wasn't trying to say that I wouldn't do a goddess thing as far as other images, but I'm really adamant on bringing and producing black images for the black woman, because the black woman is not protected in certain aspects when it comes to our sacredness, godliness, anything that is of higher value, where we're not showing or showcasing our sexuality in a promiscuous a promiscuous a promiscuous a promiscuous way. My God. And so that was what my focus is. And I went again against what I was about to tell you guys again with my daughter. So anyway, she's missing. My daughter's in California somewhere, soliciting herself. I'm not sure what she's really doing, because she doesn't have her documentations. So I don't know what she could really be doing in California besides her probably doing things that grown women do. And she's 17 years old. So I don't know if any grown man is upholding my child or any grown woman is upholding my child. And whatever lies that is coming out of her mouth that you think you may know me, or if you're upholding her or whatever, she's a minor. So that's that. As far as the lawyer goes, saying that I'm not supposed to be discussing the case, I'm not discussing the case. But it's funny how, even though I may have abandoned my daughter, and so this is a fight I've been it's been going on since 2020. And it's like when she came back from New York or whatever, from her dad, her paternal side of the family, my daughter was in a state which I felt guilty and blamed myself for, which I know it's not my fault, but I still fault myself because I sent her to my abuser, but not knowing that he would bring harm on his own daughter. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's so much going on in my life right now that where the whole point of me reflecting on this goddess vibe and raising my higher value and looking for more worth and things of that nature is because I've had so much to break me down, right? People, relationships, blood relatives, things of that nature. It goes on and on. But I forgave those people. I still love those people, but I will love them from afar, even if I never talk to those people ever again. It doesn't make no bother to me, really, because at the end of the day, we all got to look out for self, right? Individual, we all out here living our lives. We all out here trying to make the best way we can, right? And I would never come on here trying to scam. I'm not even a good salesperson, honestly, because I don't know how to take money from people. I've worked at places where I've had to use upselling and things like that, and I always say I failed. The only thing that probably make people is because of my personality. Is because I love people genuinely. Like you might not love me when you meet me, whatever, but when I meet people, I genuinely come from a place that's unconditional. There's no judgment. So unless you harm me or unless you say something wrong, that's the only way I will probably come at you in a angry way. I'm not malicious. I'm not out here just looking to, trying to, mess things up or, being Dennis the Menace and nothing like that. Like, none of that is part of my being. But if you do something to me, trust and believe I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to cuss. I'm going to act a fool. I'm going to show my SSA. I'm going to do whatever. But what I'm not going to do is have people continuously trying to come at me and, with false narratives, or come at me with animosity or hatred or whatever. Like, I really, it's to the point where I accept it. that I know I'm not here to be liked. And that's fine. And I'm not on here begging. You understand? Because I'm the kind of person that I would eat crackers and water. I would eat beans and rice with no gravy. Like I'm very content. I could survive out there. If we was to get in Hunger Games, if we was to like really, you know what I'm saying, I would be okay. Because there's times where I ask for assistance and don't receive. There's times where I've been to pantries and ate expired food. I've been in shelters where they give you 2 years old food. I've been bloated. I've been sick. I've had um, probably so many different skin irritations, probably from washing up in dirty areas and living with people that probably haven't showered in months. Uh, I've ate with people that smelled, I haven't judged people because, we come from all different points in life. We come from a place where people abuse people. People do things to people that they can't shake their drug habits because they trying to forget these memories that maybe they were abused or molested or somebody, there was incest or whatever. We don't know where people come from in their walks of life, so I don't judge people. I can have conversations with all different types of people without looking down on them, because we're human beings in this world living the best that we can. And we didn't, like, I don't, like, sometimes I don't want to argue with people or give false information because I'm still learning every day. But I always try to figure out when people say we chose to be here. I chose my mom. I chose my dad. I chose these people. Or they say we go through things to shape us, to bring more, as they say, provision and add meat to your gravy. Or if I'm saying that wrong, no, I said it wrong. I meant to say to add character, right? So we probably go through these things to add character to our adulthood. So if we go through something in our childhood and our adulthood is affected, because a lot of times, let's be real, our childhood is what shapes our adulthood, right? So like trauma, grief, loss, things that happen in your life that may influence even sexual orientation or the way you live your life, the way you choose, the way you dress, everything, right? Excuse me. So if we want to talk about healing the inner child or these things that help to shape us, like all our scars that are not visible to someone else, right? And excuse me guys, because I know sometimes I could be going all over the place, and maybe that's probably why I don't get traction as far as like people following me or whatever I'm choosing to do, or reintroducing myself, or whatever the case might be, or not being ambitious enough to keep like when I want to say boost posts or promote posts or showcase myself or whatever. Some people have the knack for that, I might not. That's probably not my calling. My calling is probably just to get to the people that may feel their circumstances are not shaping who they truly are on the inside, or they might not have the finances, or they might not have the tools. Like, I didn't have the tools at first to do certain things because a lot of the things I'm using is for free. I don't have like money to buy for subscriptions or pay for a trial base to see like how more creative I can be with the AI, because I have so many visions that don't always execute as I wanted to, or it the generation, it does not time, or it's like a whole bunch of things that play a part in trying to sell yourself on the internet to have streams of income. And I failed expeditiously. repetitiously. And I'm repetitive, and then they say don't be too consistent, or don't put too much out there, or put all out there. Like you just there's never no rules to this, right? So I've made a lot of videos that didn't even get no views, or I've made videos like this when I first started, like I was saying in my first video. I tried to do the mental health thing because I was so interested in that, and I remember going to college and doing psychosocial and philosophy, and all those classes were like so interesting to me about the brain and how it works, and how sometimes we could get trapped in our minds, and how some people live through their imagination or live through their head with experiences without actually living these experiences. Like when we read a book and the book puts a certain visual in our mind, and we live through those experiences, right? Through imagination, right? And so I'm that kind of person. So I'm very content with life as far as not having material possessions. I'm fine. I've had it. I don't have it. I get money. I don't have money. You get money, you spend money, you don't have money. And if I don't, it doesn't like make me sad or anything. So I don't value things of other people where it is somebody else might get shine eye. And when I say shine eye, it's like you're excited for other people's achievements and goals and things like that. So I don't operate like that. I've never operated like that. That's probably why people would be like, "Oh, she ain't got a man." I choose not to have a man because I don't need to have a man around me, and I don't feel like myself. I can't be myself. I'm being ridiculed. I'm being groomed. I'm being manipulated. I'm being gaslighted. I'm being love bombed. All because for something that they want. If it's physical, or if they want me to do something because they like how I do something. Or I never really found somebody that really genuinely liked me for me. Like the talkative, the moody, the assertive, the conceited, there's so many different aspects of myself. Pride. I'm very proudful, so I could be stubborn when it comes to certain things. Like it's my way or the highway. I can't help it. That's just how I am. I'm not gonna change it. I do compromise, and then I feel bad after when I compromise because I'm always doing something somebody else want me to do, and it ain't for me. So I always end up just wanting to be by myself, and I am happy. So I don't know why people be feeling the need to like, even when I'm outside, and I don't know if this happened to other people, but you could say in the comments if it does. You ever be somewhere and you by yourself, and then all of a sudden a couple or people they just come and stand in front of you, and they just start talking or doing stuff or flipping their hair or looking over. That's happened to me so many times. Like I'm minding my business, bro. I'm always minding my business, drinking water with the Lord. And I love saying that because I'm always minding my business, drinking water, chilling. And I have somebody just come in my space, doing all the extras. And I'm just like, who's the show for? Because I'm not even paying you any attention. But I just noticed that people always want to show up for me and start to do this competition thing, or try to act like, or try to